There are some days when you've just got to hold your hand up and say you were beaten by the better team, and for Wimborne Town this was one of those days. They finished 3-0 to Merthyr Town here at Cuthbertsley, and no one who saw the game would say that the Welshmen didn't deserve their 3 points. 2-0 up at half-time. Wimborne staged a bit of a recovery in the second half, but that was quashed out by a goal 15 minutes from the end by prolific scorer Ian Traylor for Merthyr. With Sean Bryan unfit and Kevin Gill not well, Steve Cuss made a couple of changes. Paul Roast came into the midfield, and up front he started with Matt Kemble and Jamie Davidson. But it was the Welshmen that got off to the best start, and they took the lead after only 11 minutes through Gary Colborne, his header going in off the underside of the bar. Second goal came on 28 minutes, and it was a disappointing goal to concede for Wimborne. Chris Leake shot from distance, and the ball eluded Jason Harville to go into the net. 2-0 at the break, but to be honest, it was at least what Merthyr deserved. They forced a number of corners and always looked dangerous. But it had been a good game in the first half, and if anything it was a better game in the second half. Wimborne came out stronger, although Merthyr still had most of the game. And Matt Kemble, 10 minutes into the second period, had an excellent run from midfield, and his shot hit the right hand post and rebounded into play. As I say, 15 minutes from the end, Ian Traylor gathered the ball on the edge, inside the penalty area, and beat Jason Harville with an angled shot. Steve Cuss brought on Steve Smith, and he brought on Tom Jeffs. And Wimborne looked lively, but again, throughout the whole game, Merthyr were stronger and faster and more accurate in their passing than Wimborne. In fact, if you told me that this was a Conference South team, I would have believed you. They looked very, very good indeed. And that's twice I've said that this season, because they beat us here 5-1 in the trophy. They look like a really good bet for promotion. For Wimborne, I wouldn't be too downhearted by this. We played better today than we did at Mangotsfield last week, and if we keep trying to play football, the results will come. Next up for Wimborne, home to Dorchester Town in the Senior Trophy on Tuesday, then we're at home here again at Cuthbertsley.